Hello friends, in this video we see some of the questions which have been asked in TRB 2012 from digital electronics subject. And the first question is, the logical expression for A plus A bar B is equal to. So given data is A plus A bar B. I can write this is as A plus A bar into A plus B, right? So A plus A bar B can be written as A plus A bar into A plus B. A plus A bar is equal to 1. So resulting answer is A plus B. So option D is the right answer. Next one, the mean term corresponding to decimal number 15, right? So decimal number 15 can be represented as in binary 1111. If you are using 4-bit, then we need 4 variable. So every number is not primed. So it is, if let us assume they are using ABCD. So 1 means you put A, 0 means you put A bar. Like that 1 means you put B, 0 means you put B bar. So A, B, C, D. So mean term is A, B, C, D. Next one, the maximum count for which a 6-bit binary word can represent is, right? By using n bit, we can represent from 0 to 2 power n minus 1. So by using 6-bit, we can represent from 0 to 2 power 6 minus 1, that is 63. So maximum count that can be represented by using 6-bit is 63. Option C is the right answer. Next one, the hexadecimal representation of 6578 is, so the given data is in octal number. So first, whenever you want to convert octal into hexadecimal, first convert octal into binary. So 657, if you want to convert octal into binary, represent each decimal number by 3 bit. So 6 is 110, 5 is 101, 7 is 111, right? So whenever you are having a binary to, you want to convert binary to hexadecimal, partition binary number into 4 bits. So this is first 4 from right hand side, then this is second 4, right? So this 4 represents 15. 15 is nothing but F in hexadecimal, and 1010 is 10. 10 is nothing but your A in hexadecimal, and the remaining thing is only 1. So option B is a right answer. So whenever you want to convert octal into hexadecimal or hexadecimal to octal, first to convert the given representation into binary, then convert into what is the type of representation asked, right? Okay, so option B is the right answer. Next question, the output Qn of a JK flip-flop is 0. If it changes to 1 when a clock pulse is applied, what is the input Jn and Kn are respectively? So it is nothing but if you want to answer this question, you must remember excitation table of JK flip-flop. First I write excitation table of JK flip-flop. It is telling that Qn plus 1 JK, right? Excitation table is given as, so this is 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1, right? So what is the thing? When your flip-flop is shifting from one state to other state, what is the change happens in the input? That is what given by excitation table, right? So when you don't need to get problem with memorizing this excitation table, explaining excitation table takes one full video, but I make a shortcut for you to remember, right? So first what you have to do is, whenever they ask JK flip-flop, the excitation table is first 2 values you write as it is, 0 1, remaining 2 you put XX, right? Don't care condition. For K, you put everything in a reversal order. So that is X, reversal order of J. X, right? Reverse. You go from here to here. 1, 0. like that you go, right? So for JK flip-flop, excitation table is like this. Excitation table gives what will happen when you move from, when your flip-flop out is changing the state from one state to another state, what will happen in the input, that is given by your excitation table. So simply to remember excitation table of JK flip-flop, what you have to do, you remember these next state Qn plus 1, first two you write as it is, next you put XX, K is exactly opposite, XX 1 0. So here what they asked, initially it is in 0, then it is shifted to 1. So we have to check where it is 0 to 1. 0 to 1 means this area, right? So when output is changing from 0 to n, what should be the change in input? J must be, what should be input? J is equal to 1, K is equal to X. So what is the answer? Option A is the right answer. Next one, how many flip-flops are required to build a binary counter to count from 0 to 1023? Right? We know that whenever we are having a n flip-flop, we can count from 0 to 2 power n minus 1. Right? So I want to count from 0 to 1023. So 1023 means totally 1024 states. So it is 2 power 10. That is 1024. What I want is 2 power n minus 1. That is 1023. So what should be my n value? N should be is equal to 10. So if n is 10, I can go from 0 to 1023. So n value must be 10. Digital multiplexer is basically a combination circuit to perform the operation of AND and OR. This we know clearly. So it is AND and OR. Next one, how many 3 to 8 line decoders which enable output with the enable output are needed to construct a 6 to 64 line decoder without using any other logic gate? That means I wish to design 6 to 64 decoder by using 3 by 8 decoder. Yeah. So whenever making a higher order decoder from lower order decoder, if a given decoder input is n cross 2n, right? So if given decoder input is n cross 2n and a desired decoder output is 2n power into 2 power 2n, follow the rules which I give, right? So whenever we are going to design a decoder, higher order decoder, there is 2 power n cross 2 power of 2n. From n cross 2n, this method should be followed, right? So what they asked, 6 cross 64. So it is, right? 6 cross 64 means this is the thing they asked, 6 cross 64. So n is equal to 3. Please remember. Here 3 by 8. Okay. Right? So how many decoders are required? Okay. It is, let me explain simply. 6 by 64. Right? By using 3 cross 8. Right? So what is the thing? One decoder can give 8 output. Right? So if I want a 64 decoder, I need 6 by 64 decoder, I need 8 decoder. Clear or not? One 3 by 8 decoder can give 8 output, but what I need is 64 output. So I need 8 such decoder. So totally I can get 64. But to enable these 8 decoder as per the given input, I need one more 3 by 8 decoder. Yes or no? Because these 8 decoders must also be enabled, right? That is enabled by one 3 by 8 decoder. So how many decoders I need? this is 1 and this is 8. So totally I need 9 decoders. Again I explain, I have to design 6x64 decoder by using 3x8 decoder. A 3x8 decoder can give 8 output, but what I want is 64 output. So I need 8 such a 3x8 decoders. But in order to enable these 8 such 3x8 decoders, I need one more decoder. So totally 9 decoders are required. So option C is the right answer. I hope you understand all the problems very clearly. If you are having any doubt, please free to ask in comment section. I'm happy to clear all of your doubts.